guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a first impression of a new Makeup Forever foundation. It's called Water Blend, and this is the foundation that will be replacing the current face and body foundation from Makeup Forever. It seems like Makeup Forever is like on this trend right now where they're revamping some of their lines, similar to the HD foundation. They've now changed that to the Ultra HD. I am a huge fan of that foundation. It's one that I love for like every day, so it'll be interesting to test this one out and see how well this compares to the old one. I liked Face and Body. Like, if you guys are unfamiliar with what it was, it's a very natural finish foundation, very skin-like. It was really to just mimic your own skin but smooth everything out, and it was waterproof. So what I like to do was, for any day that I wanted to make my foundation last a little bit longer, I would mix a little bit of Face and Body into my normal foundation, and it would make it a little bit more long wearing. Brides. Face and Body and Brides were amazing together. What I like to do was actually use it because it's a face and body foundation. I would actually use it to maybe smooth out their tan lines, or a lot of them would come to me and their skin would just be a little bit blotchy and they wanted to look completely flawless from head to toe. So I would use, or like bruising as well, I would use that to just cover anything that I needed to, and it would just smooth everything out and make it look very complete. I actually have an event to go to tonight. It's kind of like a summer pool party, and it's like really beautiful out today. It's kind of hot, and I just wanted a little bit more of a natural look because I got all this crazy hair going on. I'm wearing a dress, but I just wanted to look very fresh-faced but glowy, and this foundation is supposed to give you a dewy finish, and this is also made up of 80% water. So, hence Water Blend. But I feel like that's going to work amazing for any type of skin. If you're dry, if you're oily, it all depends on just how you wear it throughout the day. Like, if you're a little bit more oily, I feel like you might have to blot it. Same with Face and Body, because it got a little bit dewy throughout the day, I remember. So this is actually just launching. Like, when you guys are watching this, it's coming out in 3 stages. I think the first one will be Makeup Forever online, and then it will be Sephora.com, and then later in August it will be Sephora stores. I will have all of those details in the description box. It just so happens I got mine early. Makeup Forever hooked me up with 3 of them, and the colors that I have are R330, Y405, and R370. So R has a little bit more warm pink tones to it, and the Y is more yellow tone. So just keep that in mind when you are choosing your shade. And it also comes in 20 different shades. That's one thing that I love about Makeup Forever. So super, super important to shake this foundation up, because I remember with the old one, which is this one, by the way, this is what the bottle used to look like. So very, very similar. They both come with pumps, which I totally appreciate. But what used to happen to this was it would have like little clumps to it. You'd do a pump and then it would come out with like a big clump. And yeah, I just didn't really like that. But yeah, because of the formula of this, it's important to shake it up really good. I think I'm gonna start with the 405. It's more yellow based. I think it might be a little bit dark. And I'm also going to be applying it with a dirty beauty blender. But here's why. It's not that I didn't clean up for company. It's more so because I didn't want to get this wet, because this is a water-based foundation. If I were to have a damp sponge, I feel like it would shear it out too much, and I'm going to be trying to build up the coverage rather than shear it out. So I didn't get this wet, and I wasn't able to clean this like yesterday before this video. So that's what's going on with that, okay? So I'm going to do 1 full pump and apply it. So you guys know I normally do more full coverage foundation reviews, so you can instantly see very, very sheer. I'm going to do another pump, and because it might be a little bit too dark for me, because of how sheer it is, I don't really think you're going to be able to tell. It won't be too noticeable. What I'm instantly noticing though is the smell. You guys, something else really funky about the old one, the smell was terrible. I don't know how to describe this to you, but it just was not good. So this one definitely does not have that smell, and I am happy about that. Okay, so not much different. You can see it's kind of starting to even out the complexion, but it's not doing much for cover. Whoa! so close. I'm wearing the outfit that I will be wearing tonight, and oh my god, I almost got it on me. I'm gonna add a little bit more to my chin, see if I can add some coverage to this area. And because it is face and body, it's perfect for, what is this? Did I get it in my hair too? Oh my, hold please. As I was saying, because this is perfect for face and body and it should be transfer proof, you can also bring it down onto the skin. But what I do want to warn you guys though is let it dry. If you have like an important occasion and you want to put it on your body, make sure it's completely dry before you put on your dress or your outfit. Been there, done that, girl. Oh my goodness, this is a little messy. It keeps going everywhere. Okay, so this is completely set. Feels good on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It shouldn't feel heavy. And I'm going to apply a little bit more to the cheek and see if I can cover up a little bit more of the freckles. I don't mind if they show today. It's kind of what this foundation is all about. Seeing your skin, but just making it look beautiful. Just feeling the skin, I would definitely say this feels almost identical to the last one. It sets fairly quickly, which I love, and it doesn't feel thick on the skin. It doesn't feel like it's gonna pill. You know how sometimes when you're layering foundations on over and over and over again, it feels like it's just gonna roll off. But keep in mind, it's also not building a lot of coverage. So if you guys are going into this foundation thinking that it's gonna be a medium to full coverage, it's not. It's a very sheer, I don't even want to say medium, but you could say sheer to medium depending on what your skin is like underneath. So I use the Beauty Blender on this side. Now what I'm going to do is take a clean, I'm going to use a brush on this side and see what the coverage is like with that. Usually a brush allows you to get a little bit more coverage, but I'll just pat it on. There's a blemish here. Let's see how well it covers that. I'm going to apply some more. There we go. So I feel like when you're doing it with a brush, you'd have to work it in a lot more than when you're doing it with a sponge. But looking at the camera, I think that it might have more coverage with the brush by packing it on like this. All right, all done. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking how my skin is looking right now. Obviously, it depends on the day. Normally, I look at my skin and when it's like this, I'm like, give me more coverage. I want to look completely flawless and smoothed out. But it did a really good job at smoothing everything out, but I can still see my skin underneath. I kind of like that I'm seeing a little bit of freckling today because I'm going for more of that natural, fresh face, a little bit of like that sun-kissed look. But with that said, I am going to an event tonight, so I do need to add the rest of my makeup, which is concealer, some powder because I need to make sure this is set in place, and my usual blush bronzer. So I'm going to do that and I will be back to show you the finished look. Okay, so I just applied my concealer and lightly set under the eyes with my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder, but I did just want to point out that normally with concealer I will bring it all the way down and get any of the freckles that I normally miss, like I add a little bit more coverage. Today, just so that you guys could see exactly how this foundation looks on the skin, I left it just as is. I didn't pull the concealer down and I'm just lightly setting the cheeks now. And I just really want to kind of work with that more natural feel that this foundation gives rather than just trying to cover it up. I'm embracing the freckles today. Alright, I am pretty much ready to go. The event starts in an hour and a half. It is currently 6:30, but right now it feels great on the skin, super lightweight. I'm actually digging the more natural look. Like, yes, I have a lot of makeup on because there's an event, but I didn't alter the foundation. You can still see my skin through it. You can see the freckles. Yeah, I just think this is a really great foundation for summer especially. What I did want to show you guys is this is the old foundation. So I'm going to do one pump. You can see it's very fluid-like and instantly starts to kind of run down the hand. And then I'll show you the new water blend. That is one full pump. You can see it's a little bit more solid. It's not as fluid-like, but I think that's like the only big difference I've noticed between the two. doesn't really wear any different on the face from what I've noticed so far, but you can see the consistency a little bit more grainy in the old one. The new one seems a little bit more smooth. Another thing that I should mention is price. Because this foundation is so brand spanking new, I think from what I've heard, in US dollars it's going to be about $43, and then Canadian about $50, and you are getting 50 mils of product in each bottle. Like the old one used to be 50 mil, the new one is 50 mil as well. So these last you a lifetime. Like I've had this one for probably, I shouldn't even share how long I've had that one with you, but they last a long time because you obviously don't need to use too much. So yeah. Make sure to thumbs up the video if you guys found this first impression helpful. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any new videos. Here's 2 of my latest ones that you can watch to catch up with me until next Friday when I hit you with a new one. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you all later. Bye.